Okay guys, so I'm going to shoot another one of these, what's in my makeup stash. I'm going to go through what I've got hidden away in these drawers and on top of these hidden desks and show you what I have in my makeup stash for you guys to see what we have alike and what you may want to explore. Anyway, today is going to be eyeshadow. It's probably going to be a long one because there's a lot of eyeshadow. Anyway, you might want to go get something to eat, something to drink, sit down and enjoy. Alright guys, so we're back with eyeshadow. So there might be a couple of jump cuts in here because I can't fit all of my eyeshadow on top of my desk. It's impossible. It's bad. I have an eyeshadow and lipstick addiction. It's bad. Okay, so I'm going to start off with some of my smaller ones, put those away, get out some of my larger ones or some of the ones that I reach for more often, and then go from there. Anyway, so I'm going to start off with some of my tiny ones, and some of these are like really old ones that I don't reach for. Like I don't use because they're really old, but I don't throw away because they kind of have some like nostalgic value to me. I know it's kind of stupid, but it's what it is. Okay, so the top two right here are the e.l.f. 70s fill and the e.l.f. 90s fill. Okay, so I got the e.l.f. 90s fill because I was a teenager in the 90s. That's when I first got into makeup. I was like the grunge kid. Like black eyeshadow, black lipstick, like whole thing. Yeah, that was me. And so like this color story really appealed to me. So I ordered this one first and then I realized that they had other ones. The 80s one, even though I was born in the 80s, didn't appeal to me any, but the 70s one really kind of spoke to me. But anyway, so I have these. They're full shimmer palettes. So I reach for them for their shimmers for other palettes. So they're really cool. They're great. They're great formula. I really like these. So along with these, I also have this e.l.f. Rose Gold Sunset. I don't really pull for this one very often. I do sometimes, but I don't really do, like today I'm doing a red look, but I don't really do red looks that often, so this one doesn't get as much attention as it probably deserves, but it's not that bad. My two nostalgic palettes that I keep are these two hard candy palettes. I don't even think they make these anymore. But this one's like a brown, and you could tell like I really dug into these. And this one's like a purple and black. But yeah, these I've had for a very long time, and I don't get rid of them because I have like memories attached to them. It's kind of stupid, but hey, these are my drawers. But moving on from those, I'm going to move into some of the ones that I've gotten in BoxyCharm. So let's do that, which is like this entire stack right here. So yeah. Alright, so got this Butter London one from BoxyCharm. These are actually really cool. These shimmers right here, which are these four colors right here, are gorgeous. I love them. I've used this brown. It's really pigmented. It does a very cool like smoky look. I love that. I haven't really used this blue, but I don't really do blue looks either, so hey, you know. But it's a really cool palette. I really like it. So this I got from BoxyCharm. This Alamar Cosmetics palette I got from BoxyCharm as well. I really dig this palette. Like this green right here, gorgeous shimmer. It's gorgeous. I've used this yellow with this brown down here. Makes great. And these two right here make amazing inner corner highlights. I love this palette. Anyway, I actually used this Suva Beauty palette today for parts of this look. These shimmers in here, like these two shimmers right here, are beautiful. These are highlight shades. I did an inner corner highlight with them, but you can also use them on your cheeks. They're beautiful. These are super pigmented. I love these. This was actually the shade right down here. This one right here. That one right there I used all over my lid today. This is my like outer corner shade right here. It's beautiful. Love it. But this is Suva Beauty Protege palette. I got this in BoxyCharm. Pure Festival palette. I got this in BoxyCharm. Now, I don't do this pink and I don't do this purple right here, but all these shades right here, like these right here, are gorgeous. These shimmers down here are great. I don't really do pressed glitters, so I don't really mess with these, but for all of this right here, I'll reach for this. This was one of the first palettes I got with BoxyCharm, and as you can tell, I've really kind of dug into some of those. So it was really nice. This is a BoxyCharm and Pure collab, and then this was my first Boxy Luxe box, and I love this palette. It is gorgeous, and these are all like some shades that I would wear, and they are beautiful. But this is a Violet Moss palette that I got in BoxyCharm. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think I have some more tucked away in a drawer somewhere. But that's 6 palettes right there that I got through BoxyCharm. Oh no, here's 7. I forgot I got this ColourPop one through them too. These are all shimmers, but I love using these as great accents. I kind of dug really hard into these right here. But this is the ColourPop Golden State of Mind palette. It's beautiful. I love using the shimmers for other things. I love Tarte shadows, and this is the Tartelette Toasted palette, and I love this palette so much. It smells like roasted marshmallows and chocolate. I love this palette. I used this when me and my husband went away for my vacation when I got all this tattoo work done. I take this palette with me. And then my ColourPop Misunderstood palette. I adore this palette. This is so me. Like all these dark colors, I love this. And these shimmers are beautiful. I love these shimmers. But these are some of my smaller ones. Now I'm going to pause and pull out some more. Be right back. Okay, so now this is a Tarte Christmas collab from 2018. Yeah, 2018. So this is the pineapple thing. Over here, you know, you have your like bronzer blush thing or whatever. But here in the middle, a whole butt ton of shadows. These are super great. Small pan sizes, but they are pigmented and they work, and the shimmers are beautiful. So I do reach for that from time to time. It is kind of bulky, so I try to do that on days that I'm not trying to hurry up and get ready, because like during the work week I try to use smaller palettes so everything fits on my table. Moving on, this is something I got in a Boxy Luxe, and I hate this palette. Hate this palette. It sits at the bottom of my drawer. I don't even like looking at it. I hate this palette so much. This is the Morphe 519 Night Master palette. I hate this palette. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay. Look at this palette. Do you see right here where I've dug, not that one, this one right here where I've dug in here to try to get the color out? Hate this palette. Like, okay, this shade works. This shade does not work. Does not work at all. Like, these shades are hard. This one doesn't work at all. That one doesn't work at all. That one doesn't work at all. Like, I mean, there's more shades in here that will not work than there are shades that will work. I ruined an eyeshadow brush on this palette. Oh, so mad. Because I was trying to get it to pick up on the brush. And I was digging and digging until my brush went. I hate that palette. Hate it with a passion. Okay, so this is a palette that a friend of mine gave me that she actually got at a BoxyCharm before I became part of BoxyCharm. This is the Glam Metals palette from Crown Pro. This is like seriously my kind of groove right here. I love these shades. A lot of these are metallics, but they are beautiful. And they are super pigmented. They pick up well. I love this palette. It gives a good kick to any kind of look you're going for. This palette right here from Smashbox, this is the Masterclass palette. It is great for like if you're traveling. This is a wonderful palette to take with you. You have eyeshadows, then you have blushes. Oh no, you have eyeshadows, then these are highlighters, then you have blushes, contour, bronze, and then like the cutting shade. Then you have like lip colors down here. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous thing. These are so pigmented and so beautiful to work with, and they blend out so easily. I love this. I love this. I got this on sale at Nordstrom Rack. Great. It was half off. This thing is like normally like almost 70 bucks. I got it for like 30. It's great. Loved it. And that's what I used to cover up the horrible Morphe palette in there. So then I have my Urban Decay Elements palette. I adore this palette so much. These shimmers are beautiful. There's a couple of mattes in here. There's more shimmers than there are mattes, so this is not going to be one of those that you could just pick up and do an entire eye look with. You need to couple it with another palette, but it is beautiful. They are so pigmented. The payout is so wonderful. Plus, it has a gigantic mirror. Love this. Love it. Then I have some Sally's Beauty shadows. These are Blitzy is the name brand, where you can like create your own little eyeshadow palettes. Some of these are great, some of these are horrible. Like this one right here, this purple, horrible, horrible. I had to dig into it like hell to get it to pay out. But like these greens worked out really well. And these kind of like burnt kind of purples worked really well. But they're kind of cute. I kind of keep them just for, you know, a little kick up here, a little doing something there. Next drawer. I've got so much eyeshadow, it's just unreal. I really have a really bad problem. Okay, so this is another pure BoxyCharm collab. It is not my favorite. This is the Midnight Masquerade Face Palette. I never reach for this. So like you have 6 eyeshadow shades over here. No, I don't like this. And then over here you have 2 blushes, which neither one of these blushes work for me. Then you have a highlighter and a bronzer shade. This sets in the bottom of my drawer and it never gets used. Moving on to things that I like though, but I did get that from BoxyCharm. I don't like it. Moving on to things that I do like though. Urban Decay Naked Basics. These are all mattes. So some of my all shimmer palettes I compare with this. I love this palette. I love Urban Decay shadows. It's an addiction of mine. Tarte, Urban Decay, Kat Von D, Jeffree Star. Just some of the best shadows. And so I have a lot of their shadows. So this is an all mattes palette. I will pair it with one of my other palettes that are maybe all shimmers or mostly shimmers. Great palette. I got this one on sale. I love it so much. I have the Urban Decay On the Run palette. Love it. There's so many different things you can do with this. It's very sturdy packaging. Did I just stick my finger in a shade? And I did. But it is very, very beautiful. my Kat Von D Shade Light Eye Palette. Again, this is all mattes. I usually pick this one up and then I pair it with this Smashbox Vlada palette, which is mostly shimmers. So I usually pair these two together, or I'll pick up my Naked 2 palette, depending on what kind of eye look I'm going for. Or I'll pick up my Naked Smoky palette. Like I said, depending on what kind of eye look I'm going for. So that's that. That also just knocked out a couple more eyeshadow palettes. This is another one of my all-time favorites. This is one I used to wear in high school and I just couldn't like get rid of it. This one's never been used, but this is the exact same one I had in high school. This is a CoverGirl eyeshadow palette. This is the exact one I used in high school, but I never used the red shade. I always used the white, red, and silver. Because, you know, having blacked out eyes was like my thing. I have these cream eyeshadows for my loose pigments that I have right here. Because I put down the cream eyeshadow and then I put over these Wet n Wild pigments. I have the silver one, this gold one, and this red one just to kind of kick up my eyeshadow looks. Again, I only do those when I'm just playing in makeup. Because, like, going to work, I really don't have time to mess with it. Okay, so my favorite green palettes are the ColourPop Just My Luck palette. This is just gorgeous. I mean, look at it. Can't deny it. It's just gorgeous. And then, of course, my Huda Beauty Emerald Obsessions palette. Again, look at it. It's just gorgeous. I also have the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. This one I'm not a big fan of. I've had a lot of problems with this one. Some of the shades are very chalky and they don't want to like blend out well. But the Huda Coral Obsessions palette is very nice. I like this one. I use that on some of my more like toned down days. And then the Huda Beauty Smoky Obsessions is a beautiful palette. It works beautifully and goes so nicely with some of my other palettes. This Wet n Wild eyeshadow trio, this is the emerald one from the Crystal collection. These are all shimmers, so I pair it with some of my green looks depending on what kind of look I'm going for, but these are really great. This really light color right here makes a great inner corner highlight. And then here's another one that I got from BoxyCharm. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. These are gorgeous shades. They look just stunning on the eyes. I love them. And they blend out so easily. And we're in the home stretch, people. We're in the home stretch. I told you, my eyeshadow collection is no joke. So, I've already did the two up here, so let's start off with the only Jaclyn Hill product I'll probably ever own is this Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This is also the only Morphe product that I actually like. I haven't ran into a shade in here that doesn't work well, and I've used almost every shade in this palette. They blend well. The shimmer shades are great and they work very well, so I don't have any complaints with this one. If you were ever wondering about this palette, I do endorse this one. I really do. But moving on from that, another Kat Von D palette that I love. Now you do have to be a little careful with using this one. Is the Kat Von D Fetish palette. Some of these are a little bit chalky, so you may have to like kind of really work to blend them. But once you get them blended out, they work really well. Like I used this entire red section over here today on my eyes. They work beautifully. The shimmers are gorgeous. It's not her normal eyeshadow quality, but it's not horrible either. I mean, it's way better than some of the stuff that's on the market. My Jeffree Star Alien palette is my, like, I love this palette. I love it. Everything in this palette works. Like, I've used every shade in this palette. Everything works. I love this palette. And when I use every shade in this palette up, I'm going to buy another one. I do not take this palette away from me. I love that palette. It is beautiful. And it sets right here where I can reach it at all times and I can see it at all times. Next up, my Game of Thrones Urban Decay collab. I love this palette. All these shades are gorgeous. They do have some shades where you may have to work a little bit more at it, but they work. And they're beautiful, and they're gorgeous, and I love it. And yes, it was $65, and yes, I paid that amount for it, and I don't care. Yes, I do watch the show. I'm behind. I didn't get on the Game of Thrones bandwagon at the first. I was behind, but that doesn't matter. And then we have my storybook cosmetics, witchcraft and wizardry. These are beautiful shadows. They are pigmented. The shimmers are gorgeous. The mattes pay off beautifully. These are beautiful. If you have a chance to pick one of these up, I suggest it. They are beautiful and I love them. So that ends. Oh, well, hold on. I say that ends. No, it doesn't. It doesn't end. I was lying because I forgot all of these. Okay. Not done yet because we haven't done the single shadows yet. It just never ends. I told you, there's a lot of eyeshadows. I have a problem. There's a distinct problem, okay? Okay, guys, let's just wrap this up. I've got several liquid eyeshadows that I really don't use anymore. I've got hooded eyes, so these don't really work out for me that much. These are the Lid Lingeries by NYX. I've got like a green one, a silver one, a red one. This one is like a plain one for like an eye base, but I really don't use it either. I got some from e.l.f. One's gold and one's bronze. No, one's gold and one is copper. My bad. And then I got one in, if you saw my unboxing of like the Ulta like Christmas box thing, I got a cream eyeshadow in that as well. Also got one from BoxyCharm. This is the Ciate London eye luster in the shade Cupid. I don't even remember what this looks like. Let me put these back in their little container where I can open this. Oh, this one's the really pretty one. It's got a bunch of reflect in it. I might actually try to use this at some point, but we'll see. I keep forgetting I even have this thing because it's like stuck in a container in the corner. Okay, so I have a bunch of single eyeshadows. This one is from the Palm. It's called Alternative Rock. It's a very pretty light purple color. This is, I don't even really know what this is, but it's like a little like brown eye look all in one kind of thing. I've got a couple of Ulta Beauty eyeshadows. This is a glitter eye top coat. And then this is a gel bounce eyeshadow. Both of these came from the same Christmas unboxing thing that the liquid eyeshadow came from. Now into the single eyeshadows. I have a e.l.f. cream shadow. This is called a smudge pot. Then we have a couple of things that I got from a Ipsy bag. These are little single eyeshadows. This is a gorgeous like lime green color for my green eyeshadow looks for an inner corner highlight. This is a gorgeous dark brown look for my smoky brown eye looks. Then we have just a basic brown eyeshadow, and then we have this Wet n Wild color that I like to use as a base. Then I have 3 ColourPop Super Shock shadows. This is Ladybird, which is a really pretty like shimmer color. Then I have 2 green ones. This one is Special Delivery, which is a nice shimmer shade. And then I have Cusp, which is a really nice green with some green shimmer in it. It's beautiful. This is my favorite Urban Decay shadow ever. I love this one. It's called Lounge. One way you look at it is green. One way you look at it, it is red. It is beautiful on the eyes. I love it so much. And then the last 2 I got in this last BoxyCharm. These are both Ace Beauté. This one is Ice Latte, which is a nice copper color. And this one is Cotton Candy, which is a rose gold color. And they are very kind of Super Shock shadow-esque. They're kind of like when you touch them, they kind of have that like Super Shock shadow feel to them. They're very cool. So that literally now has completed all of the eyeshadow. I promise. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Ring that bell so that you're notified every single time I upload a video, which is Monday through Saturday before 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. In the comment section down below, let me know what of my eyeshadow collection do you own? What do you like? What would you suggest I buy next? And in the description box down below, you'll find my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, also my email, also my link to BoxyCharm, which, as I was pointing out as I was going along, all of the eyeshadow palettes that I've gotten from BoxyCharm. Again, it's a $21 a month subscription box where you get 5 full-size products that can include things like eyeshadow palettes or any kind of other makeup related items. I don't get any monetary value for you using my link. I only get charms to shop in the charm room, which could possibly buy me more eyeshadow palettes. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me for today. I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.